I'm Scott L. Miller. It's Sunday, the 23rd of October, 2022, and this is my vlog of daily life in Leon, Nicaragua. I am filming in front of the Super Express in the Gonzalez Theater in downtown Leon. I'm going to head west on First. On the side here, this is the entrance to the Museum of the Revolution, which I've never been to and I really need to go to. One of these soon episodes, I want to come down here with the kids and do that. I'm also coming past Metropolis Bar and Lounge. Also never been there. I have no idea why we've never been there. I'm not sure I've ever seen it open, but it's supposed to be a nice place. One of these days, we'll check it out. So this is First. This is actually, so I'm in here, it's kind of 4:50 in the afternoon on a Sunday, so it's not very lively, but this is actually the main club district here in the city. Central Park is just behind me. I just filmed the episode about why we chose Leon, which you've probably already seen at the time that this post, but so I'm just going to point out some places that I mention a lot as we come by. This is, again, Sunday afternoon, so nothing's going on. Normally this road should be pretty busy. This is 23 Bar, which is our main place that we like to come when we go out dancing and clubbing. This is where it is. It's you can get food there, not a big thing. And then if it gets too packed or you want something different, Club Ilium, I believe it is called, is right across the street and is a very different vibe. 23 Bar is a wide open colonial structure, and Ilium is, or Iom, I have no idea because it's double L's, is all enclosed and feels like a warehouse basement. Very, very different. There's actually a tiny casino there, which I didn't even realize. I've never noticed before. And I'm going to turn you around just for a minute. The sun is getting low, so there's a lot of glare going on. I'm going to point some things out. First of all, there's a lot of fast food, and at night, all of these fast foods are open. That is at the end of the street. That is the Basilica. You can see the bouncy houses that were on at the end of my episode about why we chose Leon. So you can see I've only walked half a block since I recorded that. And then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 fast food places that all open up when the clubs are going at night. And this is a great place to come out. And unfortunately, you can only get a hamburger. They list all these things that they have on there. Burritos, drinks, French fries. Nope, they only have burgers ever. Never once in all the time that we've lived here has there been anything at them other than hamburgers. This is also Bohemio's Terrace, which is always pretty empty, but it is still in business. And then there's a mini market called Me Market. I'm going to cross the street because I do have a spot I want to show you guys just as a point of interest. A number of years ago, this lot here, hopefully you can see me pointing, burned down. This used to be Barbaro's, the restaurant that we eat at pretty often, fairly often. They were located here, really popular spot, and they burned down, which is really sad because there's one of the hopping spots in the city, and good food, really nice. And the entire time we've been here, and I mean including when Paul and I first visited 2 years ago, the building was there with this metal around it, but all the burned out structure was there. In the last month, the building has been ripped out, and they're clearly working on getting it back up and into usable condition. So that is really exciting. This is the city bus there. And we're gonna turn around. This is Gaquitos here, which is actually owned by 23 Bar. And then the new Barbaro's is just right here on the right. It's where all that grass wall is. So it's 3 large clubs all located on this intersection, plus there's multiple that we just went past. And then in front of us, this is the Leon Theater, and across from that is Mijuna's, which is another club that we like to go to. And this corner here is the unlabeled, we have no idea why, Snake Bar. It's a pretty popular place, but it has no sign whatsoever. There's no way to know what it is. You just have to know it's a snake bar, which the locals all do. But yeah, good luck. If you're just visiting and someone says, meet me at the Snake Bar, you'll be like, the what? And even if you're standing in front of it, you'll be like, this can't be it. It doesn't say Snake Bar anywhere. You can see this wall still going on. And then this building obviously got damaged in the fire, but I don't think it's owned by the same people. So it's not being repaired to the best of my knowledge, which is too bad. And we're gonna cross the street here in a second so we don't get blown out by the noise from Mijuna's, because they're already going. It's not even 5 o'clock yet, and the music is pumping. The street gets a lot of traffic. And here we go. We'll duck under these palm trees and get up on the sidewalk. And we're gonna come by the theater. The theater has these cool statues here. And here you can see Mijuna's on the corner, which is a really nice place if you like Nicaraguan food and loud music, which you better if you're living here, because that's what you're gonna get. I don't know if you can hear that on the show. Hopefully not, because that'll get us edited, but it's very loud. We may have to edit this. If that was all completely silent there for a minute, that's because I had to edit it out to be able to have the video work. We will see how loud that was. I do have a beautiful sunset that I'm walking into as I go down 2nd Street, heading west from El Centro, heading towards La Borrillo, going past the Hostel Vacaciones Nicas. And yeah, so that was a fun walk for the day. Today being Sunday, I haven't even got to tell you about my day yet. We're already 6 minutes into the video and just showing off some of El Centro while I was out walking around. But I never shoot in the main square, and I don't know why. I never do. So it was cool to go up and do the Y Leon in the middle of Leon, and it's always so lively. It always throws me off just how many people hang out on Central Park on any given day, especially on the weekends, but it's packed all the time. And sometimes there's events, so that explains some of it, but a lot of times there's no events and people are just hanging out there anyway. It's a really popular place to just sit around. People get food nearby and bring it there. There's lots of corn, like elote stands, and hot dogs and hamburgers and pizza. I saw people walking by with pizza. I don't even know where they get that. I have no idea. And then just on the other side of the basilica is the market. So there's a lot of food there too. And there's shopping to do and a few activities in the bouncy houses. So it's a big thing. A lot of people just sit out and enjoy being out in public. It's a big people watching spot. It's pretty cool. I need to go out and actually film some there and just do some like street view of Leon activities. One of these days I'll do that. I have very limited time these days, and that's rough because I really want to get out and do a lot more videos for you guys, do like interesting stuff. Now, obviously I'm doing a lot of videos for you, but I want to do things that are a bit different. But it does take a bit of time, especially in the middle of the day, and when there's good light is exactly the time that I am stuck working nearly every day. So and of course someone is yelling at me, because that is a thing. Because I'm clearly an American, a guy will yell at me just because, in Spanish, with no purpose. If you stop and talk to him, never a purpose. And so today, got up, did some normal stuff this morning, made breakfast, did egg and cheese sandwiches, and dealt with the dogs and all that. And then handed the dogs off to Liesel, and I got to work doing video stuff today because we were at the beach yesterday. Friday was busy. I really had no time to do video stuff, so I'm a bit behind. So I did a lot of that today. It's a pretty pleasant day, but it's a little bit on the warm side. I'm sweating pretty badly right now. It's very humid. We've entered summer. That is today's video title. I'm pretty sure that'll end up being that way, that this is the official start of summer. I don't know exactly what day they consider it to start. We're in it now. The rains have stopped. Getting rain now is the rare thing, not the assumed thing. And that will taper off over the next week or two to basically no rain at all. Right now it's still, there's a tiny bit. I'm gonna get this dog. There's this cute dog just lumbering down the street. Oh, I think his leg's broken. Oh, he's like a puppy. Hey baby, oh. Well, now I'm very sad. I thought he was being like a puppy running at me. And he's barking, but something's wrong with his leg. There's so much of that, it makes me so sad. And so the way that the weather works, and we've talked about this before, is there's only 2 seasons. We're gonna get a window dog. His door is actually open. He could come get me. He's just being so cute. He's in the window. You're so cute. You're a window dog. He's like, stop that. What we call summer in North America, that is so in North America, it starts at the end of June and goes to the end of September, is just 1 season and 3 months. And the hottest part is like late July, early August. Here, we do technically have the same heat profile, that the hottest days are at the end of July, beginning of August, because we are in the Northern Hemisphere, and that's our longest days of sunlight. And I'm gonna turn the camera around because the sky is just gorgeous up here, and the sun's not blowing out the camera, so this looks pretty fantastic. No rain, but those are some cool clouds. And so that part's the same, but our variance in temperature is extremely small, just 2 or 3 degrees. So with that, The fact that it's the slightly longer sunlight, that it's slightly hotter temperatures don't really play into much of a factor. What we do have is during the summer months, the summer in North America, is that we have rain, a lot of rain, and that cools things down and makes it feel like it's much cooler even if the actual temperature is higher. Because of that, there's technically only two seasons, a rainy season and a dry season. The dry season feels cooler because it's drier. The rainy season feels warmer because it is and it's humid, but somehow we associate the rain with being cold. It's all very weird. And so it's roughly April through the end of October is considered winter, and then the beginning of November or a little bit of October. Buenas tardes. Roughly from November, from about now until mid-April is considered summer. So we are now doing what we call summer. And so it's just two seasons called winter and summer. Winter is when it rains. Summer is when it's dry. Winter is technically warmer and technically more humid, but because of the rain, we think of it as being cold and wintry. Odd, odd, odd. From a North American perspective, where we think of the seasons as purely things having to do with the equinox and solstice, to then have it be purely about rain and dry is confusing and really shakes up our view of seasons and how it's going to work. This is that house that we showed many episodes ago, still available right here. They were asking $100,000. We do not know what they will take. Colonial 3-bedroom, pretty interesting. I hear a birthday party going on. We're gonna halt for a minute so we can walk past the music. Right, we got away from the music and a little bit more of the sunset. Actually, I kind of want to cross the road, see if we can get it, but I think we're going to end up in traffic if we do that. There's some holiday going on today. People are doing special food around town, music playing. There was a parade went by, parade of trucks and motorcycles, but I do not know what it is. I don't know if it's like a religious holiday or a national holiday or heaven only knows. So now we are now solidly into summer. Things are going to be going to feel really hot for the next 6 months. We are a couple weeks away from the tourist season picking back up. That happens in November, and we don't know how many tourists we're going to get. We have this, we're told because of inflation in North America and Europe that a lot of people can't afford to travel, and that's going to cause a big slowdown in the tourist industry. But we're also told by people from Germany that because inflation is so bad and they're so poor now, they need to travel to Central America to be able to afford travel. So we literally ran into people in Costa Rica who were there because it was the only place they could afford and they needed to go there. So we are hopeful that people are going to be coming here as tourists simply because they can afford it and they can't afford to stay home where things are expensive. We will see. We have no idea. Every year right now, because of COVID and everything that's happened over the last several years, tourism is a very hit or miss thing. We have no idea how much local tourism and how much foreign tourism is going to happen here. It's a crapshoot, literally. So we're interested. We're going to see. And right at the moment, the hotel is still closed. So that we're not even measuring the traffic there. We just have the restaurant open at the moment. And that's where we are. Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. Ask your questions. If you'd like to support the channel directly, look in those comments below. There is a link to buy me a coffee. That comes directly to me. And if you can share on social media and tell your friends about the show, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'm going to take you on now. We're going to do the retrospective before the end of the day. Let's go. For today's throwback, I'm trying something completely different. And by completely different, I mean going back to how we did the original episodes, which is I used to set my camera on my desk, point it up at my face while I sat at my computer and just record. Only now I'm doing it with the GoPro and a lavalier and a ring light and some lighting. And we're going to edit the video, so it's not exactly the same, because it used to be just a phone leaned up on my keyboard. I would put a coffee mug, the Fox one that Liesl made for me, up against my keyboard. I would lean my phone on it and video myself that way, looking at the screen. Now when I do anything with my iPhone, I actually do it facing away from me, so I'm using the back camera, the good one. So I never see myself when I'm recording for you guys on my iPhone. I only see it on the GoPro, because the GoPro has screens both directions and only one camera, as opposed to the iPhone, which has cameras in both directions but only one screen. And for semi-logical reasons, the screen faces so that you look towards the good camera. And if you're doing like a selfie camera on an iPhone, that's actually the bad camera. If you want to get better selfies, yes, learn how to pose, and you do that by seeing yourself. But once you learn how to do that, learn how to take pictures without looking at yourself, or put a mirror on the other side and use the better camera. The quality of your selfies will go way up. And if you're filming yourself, it's really significant how much better it looks, especially in like low light. So October 23rd, we're going to go and do what happened on that day 3 years ago. And it was really not very much. It was a long day of work. I just worked all day. The big thing is we got 9 days to go until we're heading to Nicaragua. That's pretty exciting. We're almost down to 1 week to go. So that's one of the reasons why I'm super busy this entire week of vlogging leading up to that trip. It's because there was so much to do. But Kat did come around this morning, but I didn't see her. She was hanging out. It's funny because she's mentioned in so many of these early episodes because she was hanging out at the house while I was busy. And now she's been on the show here in Nicaragua and in Texas a bit, and hopes to get back here sometime soon. This evening, after I got done with all the work, the one thing that we did was went and played Nancy Drew with the girls. We've been playing The Silent Spy, which is goofy, but we like it a lot, and we're almost done. We can tell we're right at the end, but we haven't finished it quite yet. Today at 9 days to go. That was it. In the links below, you can go to that episode and actually see me recording for that, and it really does help the channel if you go back and watch those. Give it a like, and for every view and like that we get, it helps promote the channel a lot. Also, if you go back, I'm going to put this link down below as well. The very first short that we've included, at least, that we didn't turn off on the channel, the first one that we thought was any good, was Liesel eating a shrimp po' boy at America's Best Wings, located right by the house in Texas. And she had never had a po' boy before, and it was one of the earlier times of her really getting shrimp. And this was just, she and I went out to a restaurant to try it out, just the two of us, and she had so much fun eating this giant sandwich, and I got a video of it. And that's our first short on the channel, which is really cool to me that ended up being the very first one that we kept. So go back and watch that as well. That one has a lot of views, like 147 views or whatever at the time that I'm doing this. But you know, it's cute, and it's great seeing the kids so long ago. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I will see all of you tomorrow.